Hey guys, so I was working on a video. I wanted to show the different string jigs that I have because I want to do a couple of videos on building strings. And in the last video that I posted on doing the center serving, Wade Boer, I hope I'm saying that last name right, Wade Boer had asked about a Flemish string, if I was going to do a video on building Flemish strings, which was in my plans after I did the video on the different jigs. So I'm reshooting this right now so that I can get the Flemish one up ahead of the rest of them. And I figured I'm going to show you guys the jig that I use and the measurements on it real quick. And then if anybody wants to follow the building steps on it later, you can build a jig. They're super inexpensive to make. And so I'll go ahead and readjust the camera here real quick like I always do. And I will show the dimensions on this. So give me just a quick second. Okay guys, so here's my Flemish string jig. What I did was I used a 1x4 that's 30 inches long, and then we're gonna go starting at this end down here. You're gonna go in an inch on each side and in an inch from the bottom, and then you're gonna set I just used finish nails on here. Set them a 1/2 inch apart, and I put what I put in here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I put 9 on each side. Okay, and this is where you're going to start your wrap, and then it's going to come in a pin each time you do a wrap, and then that's what gives you the taper from the string loop into the string. It tapers down, and that's how that's accomplished. So you definitely want to get these put in there. And then from the opposite end over here, and I know my lighting's probably really crappy right now, but and I apologize. So on the bottom end of this, you're going to go in an inch and then in an inch on each side, and you're going to set 2 more finish nails. Then what I did was I come in 3 inches and then set a hole every 1/2 inch, and I have no idea how many I got in here. There's got to be close to, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. So I put 29 holes in there, and that's basically way more than what you probably need. That gives me from roughly a 48 inch string up to 72, 76 inches. So you're probably not going to need that. But I believe these are 1/4 inch holes and a 1/4 inch dowel. And this dowel will go up to the string length, to whatever particular string length that you need is. And then in another video I will show how to actually use this. But I just wanted to give you the quick measurements. Another thing you might want to do is run 2 inches from the bottom and 3 inches from the bottom and put a mark in here, and that's for your loops at the end of it, the size of your loops. And then I also put a scale up to 12 inches on this side, just in 1 inch increments, just as a guide, which I can show you guys later. So this is my Flemish string jig, and those are the quick measurements. Again, it's 1x4, 30 inches long. You're going to go an inch in and an inch from both sides, and set in 9 finish nails 1/2 inch apart. On this end, you're going to go in an inch from each side, an inch from the bottom, set 2 finish nails, then 3 inches up and a 1/2 inch all the way down. A 1/2 inch holes, sorry, 1/4 inch holes spaced a 1/2 inch apart all the way down. And that will be for the Flemish string jig. And then let me jump into my other jigs and show you what we got there. Okay guys, so this string jig I do not own. This is on loan to me from my buddy Matt. This was his dad's string jig that dates back into like the early to mid 50s, or 60s, I'm sorry, early to mid 60s. And the reason that I currently have this jig is because I want to make a duplicate of it. If nothing else, just for the fact that it's cool. I mean, this thing's older than I am, and there's probably been hundreds of strings made on this thing. So I definitely wanna redo, or I mean, build one, and I will film the build on that. And then, so I'm going to skip all of the, measurements and stuff on this for this particular video, just because I'm going to do a video on actually building it. So I just thought somebody might find this kind of cool. I most definitely did. So, all right, on to the next one. Okay, guys, this is another jig that I'm not going to give the measurements off of or anything like that. The only reason why I am even showing this video or this particular jig is because this was one of the shop jigs that I used back in like 91 when I worked for Brush Creek Outfitters. We built thousands of strings on this jig. I've had several that were this, this style. Some a lot beefier built. My dad has built several for me. The reason that I have this and I don't have the other ones is because my old boss Dion brought it to me. When he was cleaning the stuff out. So the reason I don't have all of the other ones that I've had over the years is they have this thing called a divorce, and you lose a lot of stuff in a divorce. So that's why I don't have those. Okay, on to the good stuff. Okay guys, so this is my 4-post jig that I made, and I have it on a 10-foot piece of unistrut. You don't need nearly that much, but that gives me extra for whatever I have to, if I got to build an extremely long, like a single cam string or something like that, I've got plenty of room on it. But just quick on the dimensions. So like I said, it's 10-foot piece of unistrut. I put two 12-piece pieces of unistrut down for a foot on each end, and then built this here. This is a 12-inch piece of unistrut here, and then each one of these bolts here, those are 1/2-inch bolts that are 8 inches long. And I had a buddy of mine at work drill and tap for the 1/4-inch bolt here. Now, one thing that if I do different, I plan on making a couple more of these. One thing that I do plan on doing different, instead of having this drilled and tapped, it's just going to be drilled and probably a double roll pin put in its place. So yeah, it's just bolted through a piece of unistrut that's turned upside down, and then it has the nuts, the unistrut nuts up inside of it. So when it needs to be adjusted, you just untighten here and then move it to where it needs to be adjusted. And I will do a video building with these here. So if anybody's interested in a build on this, let me know, and I will do a build on the jig itself. I guess I'm making this sound like it's more self-explanatory than what it might be for some people. But yeah, so if you leave a comment in the comment section if you want to see a build on this, and I'll get one done. I can tell you the one thing that I'm going to do different is I'm going to put a plate in here that actually tightens this down, so when this comes loose it doesn't adjust the spread on the string itself. So, but this is my 4-post, and I will go get my 2-post, which is also a post or a jig that I paid, and get that one in here. Okay guys, so this is the last one that I've got to show you, and this is my 2-post jig, and I can take zero credit for this whatsoever, except for the fact that me and my dad built it. This was a design from a guy, I guess he's on Archery Talk. I'm not a huge fan of Archery Talk, just for personal reasons, but he's on Archery Talk as Automan26, I believe it is, and I know he has a YouTube channel, Automan26, where he shows you step by step how to build this behemoth. It's a really nice 2-post jig for being homemade. If you know somebody's looking to get into this and they want a production model, I mean, there's a couple of manufacturers out there. BAP String Jigs is probably one of the best, or at least one of the better ones anyways. But this one here, it's got the spring in it, so you can set your tension, you know, you can stretch your string, pre-stretch it. It's got a couple, we added these here so that when you're doing the center serving and everything, there's no twist in the string. On this you can loosen up the nuts, you can put your twist in the string, do all your serving. It's a really neat idea. And again, that was Automan26. If you guys want to try to build one yourself, or I think he may even still build them, you know, sell them. But it's pretty damn neat, that's for sure. And it's just stuff you could get pretty much at the hardware store. Most of it anyways. Everything but the spring. The spring you gotta order special, but it's pretty neat. And it's also on a 10-foot piece of unistrut. I'm just not gonna put the whole thing in there, so. But that's my last one to show you guys. This is the first 2-post I've ever owned. Everything I've ever built strings on before was either the Flemish board or a 4-post. And I've been enjoying doing strings on a 2-post, to be honest with you. So they're just a little bit different things you got to do. But like I said in another video, I've been building strings for 40 years, 40-ish years, and it's extremely enjoyable. I mean, if tinkering or, you know, do it yourself type of things interest you at all, you might as well just up your, you know, your archery game and learn how to build them. And I will be doing videos on how to build these, so or build the strings on these jigs, I should say. But like I said earlier, if you guys want the dimensions or how to on the on the 4-post that I showed you a minute ago, put it down in the comments. I'd be glad to do a video on building that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and look for the videos on building the strings. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one till I see you again.